After a decently long bus ride, we are here in Cesky, Krumlov, and yeah, you can see the castle all the way over there. I think we're heading towards that direction, so it's a very, very cool, beautiful location. So it's a little small, quaint town with cobblestone streets, much like, you know, the rest of, I think a lot of the cities in the Czech Republic have this kind of cobblestone streets, like Prague. And yeah, like it still kind of feels like Prague, you know, it's still related. It's just kind of Czech, just like that, right? Wait, what?
It used to be more entertaining. It's very simplified. There is connection. We used to have this option, but I'd say it was kind of
barokní divadlo Český Krumlov, spoustu videí, fotografií kolem těchto experimentálních představení.
right. So these sessions are published on YouTube, so you would be able to find them on there as well.
V čem spočívají ty experimentální představení v barokním stylu?
So let's hear why we have this session. Especially the tall people.
I love his pronunciation. He's speaking it away.
And he's taking a break from me.
I know that I have to put a hand on his chest and say, please go. Yeah, he speaks like Sean. It's just like so.
So what's your step? What's your head?
Like I could actually
All
follow.
that.
Signál se připraví, ano,
Signal comes.
a mašinista začne pracovat.
Right. So you start the change.
Tento efekt snižuje světelnou intenzitu na scéně.
Right. Just by pulling the lights down, of course, change the light intensity upstairs on the stage.
Samozřejmě, scéna vězení, prales potřebuje
Right.
nižší intenzitu.
Imagine we just changed upstairs from being, let's say, outside in the sun to interior, being in some chambers or whatever.
Apollonův chrám na
So carefully, the same way out.
Hard to put it exactly a long time.
Když tak s váma budu spolupracovat, výšovou acoustic machine. Just a moment, please.
Imagine if there's a big storm, all these would come together, right?
Nejprve začíná vítr.
So the storm is coming, the wind is picking up.
A teď bude hrom.
The most interesting, because this was the best view of the whole performance, of course.
A to jsou typické scény a principy, ano, školy Giuseppe Galli vyvíjeny, ano.
Right, so you could see the last Italian style stage basically from this angle the best. Space for performances, this one was for costume walls or walls in general. With my music, of course. In one day you would have an event that was starting in the garden, they might have came down for a show in the theater, they might
A z pohledu diváka z jeviště vidíme úžasnou scénu.
right. Generations to master that level of detail and things coming into coming into play and giving such an effect.
A pokud si přejdete, ano,
Or animals flying into the scene.
podlaha se dala rozkrýt na řadě míst, ano,
So
do otevřít,
many spots on the
aby figura měla se ještě více vnímala, ano, a diváci ji mohli víc vnímat.
again that together with the costume you
These are so cool. Angel wings. Nice. Cupid character.
So there was a costume designer from Vienna around 1760. He came and designed costumes for the theater.
Tak a vidíte, že jsou to noblesní kostýmy na opery červy a vážné monumentální operní představení.
Right. You can see that the costumes are very. There was another piece that you would see it is those are like the pieces that signify or like there was a that thing plus another. Yeah, but that one's kind of long. The ones I recall from the king was a little bit shorter. This one is almost like a ceremony one that you kind of go up and down like that. Careful there. Swap out, careful.
A když přejdeme sem, tak upozorněte na kostýmové návrhy.
This is also very valuable. You can imagine down here actually studying art history. Well, they would come down here and study it in one place and very easily because
Kostýmu od dětských kostýmů.
right. You can see a wide spectrum of costumes from ones for kids.
Baletní kostýmy.
Learn from it.
Maybe they did.
Oh,
timer.
I don't want that. I want instant photo.
Děkuji za pozornost. Thank you very much for help with interpreter.
So we just came out of their Baroque theater, and that was just absolutely amazing. It is just crazy how seeing all that history and how well they preserved everything. Yeah, like they don't usually allow the tour, but Miss Kiana?
Hi. Sorry I was interrupting your vlog.
No, that's great. I love when people make a feature in my vlog. It's always good.
It was really cool.
Yeah, see?
Like seeing it in person. Like I feel like our phones cannot capture how amazing it was. Like I hope you got it on your your glasses.
Yeah, we'll review the footage afterwards.
Definitely. But
But
I'll leave you to it.
yeah, of course. But yeah, no, you heard it from there. It's the phones really don't do justice to like some of these sites that we see. So, you know, it was really amazing, and now we have this amazing view nearby the theater, and I'm getting a photo taken
Thumbs up.
by one of the best photographers. But yeah, no, it was so cool seeing all that. Like we got a tour that public doesn't usually get, so we get to see like some very like interesting. We got under the stage, you know, on top of the stage, on the stage, kind of like in their props rooms and their workshops and everything. It was all really just rich history of Czech theater. That's really cool. I never knew there were bears here.
It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. This is actually a bear enclosure. They got bears in here. Not over here, but they were over on this side. You can see them just chilling over there. So cool. This is the rest of their enclosure. This castle complex is just so cool. I just love this whole area. It just, the architecture is so amazing, and it's just their attention to detail back then that they put into the architecture, from like paintings, murals, to like, you know, the stoneworking, woodworking, the roofs, the spires on top of them, and like metal ornaments and everything. It's just all extremely, like, you can tell there was like a lot of effort put into it, and you know, the layout of everything is really cool. And just wow, it's really cool taking in all this like history right here, and seeing how well they've like kept all this. I'm so glad all this is still around. You know, it hasn't all crumbled, and people are actually actively, you know, trying to restore this and allowing people like tourists to come and see this. So we just had lunch at restaurant 99. Great restaurant. I had the brisket. Oh my god, it was so good. It was just melt in your mouth, and it was so tender, very well cooked and seasoned, you know. So it was really great. We have some free time now, so we get time to just go around, explore a little bit. So I have some places marked out that I wanted to go see. They said exploring the old town is probably going to take you around an hour, right? You can probably cover it in an hour. And so there's like some gardens also nearby the castle, and then the castle proper, like going inside, there's like a tour, and there's you can pay to actually go up the tower, which is behind me. I think it's that tower that you pay. It's like $15 currently. So I want to go see the castle again, and I'll see if maybe if I feel like I have enough time, I'm probably gonna go inside the castle, because I want to do as much exploring as I can. Go inside the castle maybe, and then maybe also definitely see the gardens. So here we go. Here's the bear exhibit, and the bears are kind of just tucked away in that corner, as you can see right there. So yeah, they've kind of been in that area for a while now, which I wonder why, because they got all this open space, you know, with a nice waterfall and all these, I don't know, trees to climb on, but they're not really using it. Kind of just, oh, they're on the move. At least the small bear is on the move. The bigger one is there. This is very cool. Like, I bet a lot of people might just walk past this. I definitely walked past this, and I didn't know there was bears here. So, it's kind of a cool little, like, you know, little zoo, you know, just by the castle. So this whole area is the castle complex, where we were earlier, and you know, we walked past into the Baroque theater area. So there's the castle, and then Baroque theater is like past all these buildings over back there. Going up to the castle, it's an uphill climb. It's right on top of this hill right here, and the castle was built actually to protect the Volta River, which is a very important trade route. And so just be ready for these uphill climbs, you know? Should be fine. A lot of people over here at this spot, because there's a lookout onto the city, but this is not the only lookout. You can go forward, and there's other views. So these are some really nice views over here of the city down below. A lot of people taking pictures over here. So this is beautiful. It kind of, there's sometimes where it's like very busy, and there's sometimes where it's decent. So you kind of just gotta, you know, it's just if you're lucky or not. Over here also, we were earlier. This right here is the Baroque Theater. We were inside this earlier, and then we were also at this part where you get a lot of good views with these little windows here. So that's really cool. And I think down there is the gardens where I'm going to be going. But I just want to take a look at these views over here. It's very nice. Look at these windows. So great ways to like take pictures over here, and then you can frame your shot. So from up here you can see the landscape is very beautiful, and over down here is the Otava River. You got tons of bridges connecting into this part of town, and yeah, all these nice looking, you know, architecture from the time period. And over there is St. Vitus Cathedral. You know, there's two St. Vitus. There's another one in Prague as well, in Prague Castle. And so I'm probably gonna go see that cathedral afterwards. But this whole place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. So it's all protected, all of this, which I'm glad it is, so that we can be here to witness all this. So if you were entering from the inside of the castle, you can see how this little bridge area connects, you know, one part of the castle to the next, so that, you know, back then, of course, they wouldn't have to like go outside just to, you know, access the other part of the castle, which is like the theater. This whole area is kind of like the theater area right behind me, which is huge. It was a huge theater. Another outlook over here, this area just opens right up, and a lot of people like to take pictures on that spot, I guess. That's pretty full, but you know, look at that. That whole town down there. Very cool. We're actually pretty high up. No, it's actually quite a drop. So don't fall, like a lot of places with nice views, and it's very peaceful. Okay, Castle Gardens are that way, I'm guessing. A little bit of construction. And what else do we have? Castle box office. Over here is the Marquetta Tavern and the Winter Riding School. Okay, let's. I want to go explore both ways. Okay, let's go to the gardens first. It's so peaceful and quiet up here. You hear the birds chirping. It's so nice. I almost don't want to disturb the peace. Like, it's so quiet. Oh my god, I think I found the gardens. Whoa, this is gonna be cool. Holy. What in the hell? Yeah. Okay, definitely the gardens of a castle. Whoa, this is crazy. This place is wild. It's so spacious and big, and look at the mountains in the background. Such a nice area with beautiful views. Look how perfectly cut this is. That's crazy. These hedges are so well done. Oh my god. It's beautiful. Whoa, look at that mountain range down there. That's nice. Oh, it reminds me of BC almost. It's so cool. And then the rest of the garden. Wow. This landscaping must be crazy. Holy shoot. The upkeep of this place? Wow. Can't even imagine. Okay, I'm on a little ledge. They give these so you can like stand on to get a better vantage point. And this is so cool. Look at this. These hedges. That's pretty sick. It's so flat, and then that dome. How did they make that dome? It's so perfect. Also, wow. The people who landscaped this, my respect to you. Look at that. That's so cool. It's so well done. What I wonder what the pattern is. If I had a drone, I could fly it up and see the pattern. I'm gonna probably search up an aerial shot. But oh my god, this place is crazy. Behind me, over here is the rest of the garden. Right, this you go down this path. I'm probably gonna go into these like hedges just to see, and then like there's so much to look at. These hedges, and then behind me this mountain range is really beautiful. And then they got a fountain over there. Okay, yeah, there's gonna be a lot of perspectives I want to see. Okay, let's do it. There's a stage down there, and is that thing's rotating? What the? That's so sick, it's rotating. Wow. Fountain behind me right here. Absolutely beautiful. Beautiful sculptures on the fountains and everything. Oh my, this is so cool. This straightaway looks so cool. It almost looks like it gives, oh my, if I owned this place, that'd be so awesome. Like every day, imagine you own this place and you woke up every day and you know, you just like walk down your garden to your castle. You can imagine back then, you know, the nobles and everything, just like, you know, you wake up or whatever and you go and take a little morning stroll through your garden, or like a evening stroll through your garden to end off the day. That's beautiful. Here's a little bit of a map. So I'm going down this tall hedge. Kind of reminds me of Spirited Away a little bit. But over here they got like a summer palace and a pond and the revolving auditorium, which I couldn't enter from the main entrance, it seems like. So I will have to enter, I mean that's where I was back there, but I will have to go down this side path to get in. If it's even open, we'll see, because there's a gate, you know. Okay, so we're in. Just glancing over to that area, and whoa, look how many trees are here still. Seems like they're gearing up for a concert or something. This is the revolving, that over there is a revolving stage. I think that might be the Summer Palace. I have to double check. Unless the Summer Palace is down here somewhere, maybe. But that's why I think it was blocked off. So this entrance is blocked off, as you can see. Right over here, but it's very quiet here because not a lot of people know that you can go on these side entrances, it seems like. So that's why it's pretty secluded. That little thing right there is a music pavilion. At first it looked kind of like a bird cage, or like, you know, some animal would be inside. I guess not. So listen to how quiet it is though. Right, I'm gonna stop walking for a bit and let's see. Don't know what this is, but this is kind of interesting. It's just a little like dip into a flat field. there we have it. This is the castle pond. We've gotten all the way here. This is so cool. Again, there's so much. There's just wow. And there's fish in here actually. There's koi. And they're big. These koi are pretty massive actually. Tons of lily pads all over the place. It seems like this is the end. And it's just a square perimeter around the pond. So I think I've reached the end here, but it's really, what a peaceful, beautiful spot. It's so cool. Imagine your house had a pond like this size. Wow. I guess yeah, that's what happens when you get a castle. It just comes with the castle, right? Just get a pond. It's mind-blowing. That's crazy. Wow. Over inside here is the peach garden. Or peachy garden as it says. Unfortunately, it's locked. So that's too bad. So the mountain gardens are over here behind me. But it seems like they're locked today. And I'm guessing the mountain gardens are more of, they're not as like aesthetic, not kind of aesthetic gardens. They're more of like, oh, like fruits and whatever, vegetables, maybe, you know, like those kind of gardens. Things where you can eat, you know, like more of like agriculture, I guess. This would originally be that entrance to the garden from the castle if you wanted to go straight from the castle over this bridge over here, but it's locked to the public. So here behind me is the winter riding hall. You can't go in, so it's just look from the outside. This over here is a nice little outlook onto the city. Some benches over there. You can take some time to relax and look down onto everything in Cesky, Krumlov. And now down the castle we go. And as I said, see, now there's not many people. It just kind of depends. I think when I came here, there was a tourist group coming out across, so it really just depends on when you come. If you might have time for pictures. Today, of course, it's actually, honestly, it's not that busy actually, probably because of the weather. It's still a little chilly, you know, and we still probably haven't hit peak tourist season. See, this is way more empty now, as you can see. Not much. I want to walk down there. Probably gonna go do that. It's pretty nice. Here's a map of the castle. You can see, yeah, you can enter the tower right here. And like all the rooms inside the castle, if you get your tickets, everything, walk across, and then where we were, theater and everything. So that could be a really cool tour if you're interested. Okay, now I think this is the way heading down into Old Town. So I'm gonna see, I wanna walk down by the river and the bridge and everything and just go see the cathedral. It's obviously not too different from, again, Prague, Old Town Prague. Same styles and everything. So this is a very nice little bridge area entering into, I guess this is what you would call Old Town, but like the main kind of center. It's not really an island because it's still connected in a way, but it's, yeah, kind of like that island in the middle of Cesky Krumlov. So it's gonna be cool. I just saw the gardens. Now let's take a look at this. And here we are. This is the town square over here. This is a pretty small town square right here. Very, I guess, you know, average aesthetic in Europe. Kind of these colorful buildings with nice architecture. You know, those iconic shingles on the roofs and everything. Yeah, very nice little area. That's St. Vitus Cathedral right there. That's what it looks like from the outside. And over here, another bridge. As I said, entering, this center island here, right? Although it's not an island because it's just that the river snakes into a U shape. And they're all technically like connected. This honestly feels like one of those villages from a fairy tale. It's so cool, like with all these houses lining the river right here that just peacefully flowing right through. This is like, down right by the river, right over here on this path. It's very beautiful. You're kind of surrounded by these hills that like go right upwards, and very peaceful, very quiet location. This is a great place to live, honestly. It's great. The weather is nice today also. The weather is really nice. It's sunny. It's not too cold, not too hot. And I'm just gonna follow this path down and see if it leads me back to the bridge. And then I'm gonna see if I can get to another viewpoint of this little central region and a monastery somewhere. Here's the map, and see, this is what I mean by it's connected to the mainland, but this river just does that little bend. That's very, very cool and unique kind of layout to this place. We're now down by the base of the castle, right on this bridge, and you can just see how high this castle rises up. Look at that. It's huge. They just built it into that mountain right there. That whole thing. And here, this seems like a very famous spot. I feel like I've seen this before. This bridge right here. Wow, this is what it looks like from down here. So that's really cool. This looks like a secret entrance to the castle. Oh, never mind. It's not a secret entrance. It must be a drain spout. But it's so tall. Or maybe that's just because of the mountainside. Very interesting though. It'd be cool if there was a nice... I'm sure there's secret entrances and exits from the castle. But it's all the way up there. Very, very high up. Here's the entrance to the monastery. Here it is. Here's the monastery. I'm in the courtyard. Pretty neat location. So to get into the monastery, there is a fee. It's about $12, and compared to the castle, which is like around $16-17. So yeah, it's actually not too bad. Like if I had more time, I'd definitely go in to see the monastery probably and see the castle. Definitely see the castle probably. And it's just that we're gonna meet at 5:15. That's when our bus is taking us back to Prague. So this is kind of just the day trip in Cesky Krumlov.
And then I called. I was like, oh, I think she's on.
It's crazy that way.
Yeah, it is. It's like unbelievable. Ooh.